just getting into drawing and you can't afford expensive supplies, expensive graphite pencils, and you don't know where to look because all the ones you see around you are generic and they're cheap and you don't think they're going to work very well. Well, I have some pencils here that I've been using for a very long time. I've used them for 15 years or more, and I never thought they'd do very well, but they always worked really good for me in school, and I even use them for drawing as well. And those would be the Ticonderoga pencils. They come in various different pencil hardness, and here I have the 1B, the 2HB, and the 3. I'll leave a link in the description of this video so you can find them online. They're pretty cheap and they work really good for their price range. A lot of the other ones that you get that are good pencils will cost upwards of $20 to $40 for only a dozen pencils or so. Although these are cheap pencils, I was surprised by how well they work, comparable to Derwent and other brands of pencils that are very expensive compared to this. But if you're just getting started out and you want a pencil that will work well for you, I'd try these. These pencils work surprisingly well for their price range. They do great shading, they blend really well, you can make detailed lines, and one thing I love most of all about these pencils is I don't have to worry about when I'm sharpening them, the fear of them breaking or worrying about the fact that the price of them is so cheap that even if one does break, I'm not too worried about it because I can just buy more of them online. But I've never even had a problem with these breaking. The lead stays sharp really well. The lead never breaks on me. They shade really well. And I've even done some hyper-realistic drawings with these. When I told people what type of pencil I was using, they didn't really believe me. They thought that there's no way you can draw something like that with cheap pencils. But it's more about your skill. It's more about the work you put into it. That's going to matter than the supplies that you're using. As long as you're practicing a lot, putting a lot of effort into it, that's going to matter a lot more than the art supplies you're using. So just get out there and try some pencils. It doesn't really matter too much about what kind you're getting. It doesn't matter if they're expensive or cheap, maybe in the long run. But if you're just getting started out and you're wanting a good pencil, I recommend these. They'll do you well.